The contributions that I made to Colette Washington and dozens of other victims pale in comparison to what the wonderful staff of MCJ has been able to accomplish. But I do feel a common kinship because I am a child of the South. I was born in Memphis and raised there, and my father grew up in Calhoun City, Mississippi, and I spent my summers on Grenada Lake. And as a child, 9 years old, I saw the civil rights movement unfold in my front yard on Highway 51 on a hot June day in 1966 when my father, a graduate of Ole Miss, he attended about the same time as Governor Winter, and I stood there and spoke to James Meredith as he began his march from Memphis that was to end here in Jackson. And of course, that ended tragically just over the line in DeSoto County when he was shot. And then 2 years later, in April of 1968, as an 11-year-old, I recoiled in horror as I saw the world turn toward Memphis once again to grieve the assassination of Dr. King. And against the searing images of that moment in Memphis's history, I saw in the faces of my family sorrow, but ultimately the failure to do anything. The adults that I knew at that time did not answer the moral imperative of that time. And I determined that I wouldn't do that. In the future, I would answer the call of justice. But of course, the passions of youth dim with the passage of time, and I left the South and went up east for an education and then ultimately found my way to San Francisco. But then Katrina occurred, and that flicker of a flame emerged once again, and I was so very fortunate to find the Mississippi Center for Justice and its splendid staff. John Joplin and Riley Morris and Crystal Utley and Denise Antoine welcomed me into their office in Biloxi and gave me the opportunity, with the extraordinary resources of a major international firm, to actually do some good. And so what I would like to say to my sisters and brothers in the legal profession tonight is to urge you to answer the call as well. And do not fall prey to the sort of logic that says there is so much to do and I can do so little, therefore I will do nothing. Rather than curse the darkness, let's light the candle that our profession has given us